was up at like, I don't know, like 5 or so, off and on, and I just got out of bed not too long ago. It's a little after 6. Elizabeth is still asleep, so she's very lucky. I have to work today, which means you get to come with me to work today. Yes. Yes. This is everything I have to bring to work on a daily basis. My tacos that I showed you previously. A bag full of just stuff. Headphones. I have a secondary pair of headphones. Each one serves its own purpose. Chargers, notebooks, books, just tons of stuff. And of course, a laptop. And I keep thinking I'm going to get a duffel bag, but I won't. So my morning commute, and this will be the only time I ever show it to you because it's sort of slow looking today, is generally kind of a terrifying nightmare. Luckily I have a light right now. Texas drivers aren't the greatest. I mean, as far as places I've driven that are not wonderful, Manhattan, Jersey, Orlando, and here, Texas. Texas is probably like second or third, to be totally honest. Right now we're on what they call the frontage road, which is, other places call it a service road. It's just a road that runs along the highway for all the little side places. In a moment, I have to leave the frontage road, and from there on, it's kind of just hold on and hope it goes well. And here we go. We're leaving the frontage road, and I have to get up to 60 as soon as I run out of lane here. I have made it. I'm on 60, and fucking here we go. And finally, after about 10 minutes on the interstate, we are safely off. Obviously, I couldn't record any of the fucking rodeo that I-35 is, but we are safely off. And we are now on the road, which is like just a normal ass road here, but it would be very similar to, like, I don't know, whatever the fucking, just the state highway instead of an interstate would be. Anyway, it's the road that my work is on, and it is also very chaotic and hectic. Not as bad as I-35, the interstate, but not great. Not my favorite. So, the place I work, it's a distributor for CBD and some compounds in the THC family that are not necessarily illegal yet. My employer kind of rides the line there as best as they can. which, it has some benefits in that I wasn't necessarily a believer in CBD, but some people swear by it, and of the products that I've used, yeah, I can't say they didn't do anything. One of the downsides, though, is that a lot of the clientele I get are people who just want to get high. And while we do have some THC compounds that will do that, and will do that well, which is not for me because it really does not put me in a good place emotionally. A lot of the time, you just end up with those sorts of people who are like, "Oh, you want to get me high, man, bruh?" And it's like, stop. But one of the other benefits of working here is that it's generally dead. I work for about 11 hours at a time, most of the time. Sundays, it's like 9 hours or whatever. So I get a lot of time to do other stuff. I get a lot of time to work on the gaming channel I showed you in the last episode. I get a lot of time to work on, music or writing. Or one of the other projects I do is I have a podcast that I've been writing and hosting. And I have plenty of time to do that. So that's really good. And I only work 3 to 4 days a week because I'm working 11-hour days. So I also have a lot of days off where I can do stuff like that, like yesterday. The downside, though, is that the pay is not great. And that kind of goes for everywhere right now, in that, especially in Texas. Texas minimum wage is like $9. Super low. So even your good jobs, I make more than that, but not by a lot. And even your better jobs, unless you're in the tech industry, you're not going to make anything. And a lot of the tech jobs are work from home right now because of COVID, of course. Even people who are peers of mine, who have been here forever and have worked very diligently, are not making a lot of money. And nobody is. I'm pretty behind on some bills that I wish I wasn't behind on, that I'm sure those recipients wish I wasn't behind on. But that's the fucking world we live in now, right? And I'll either be able to pay them eventually, or they'll decide that money is the determining factor behind my fate. So who knows? But, like I said, this job gets pretty boring, so there's a good chance I'm not going to show you much of what happens. I'll try to give you a general idea, but unlike the last time where I was walking you through the hospital and showing you all that shit, I probably won't show you much. There's not a lot.
By Luminara Unduli, led to the discovery of Queen Karina the Great, whose hive mind could reanimate dead Geonosian soldiers. During the destruction of the Queen's Temple, the Jedi apprehended her advisor, Papa the Lesser, and now prepare to deliver the villain to Coruscant for trial.
We are ready to make our jump, Master Fisto.
Holy shit. Put the pistol down so we could fight these things. Together.
Well, it's a little early, but I'm kind of bored. And, when there's not much to do, my default is to always eat, which is a bad habit. My default for most things is to just eat. So we're gonna have lunch. So I've got my tacos I made yesterday. I'm gonna turn on the little thing, warm those fellas up, and then what I do is take one of these coffee cups and I put the meat in there and just microwave it, and then food. Cup of meat. And look at tacos. So I keep some really nice verde in the fridge here because, you know, verde's really good. And there we have it. The highlights of my entire day. And there is the end of the night, mostly. I just have to count the drawer down and then head out in 15 minutes. It's a long day of nothing. Handful of people come in and ask 8,000 questions and almost never buy anything. Not great for job stability, but pretty great for me doing other stuff. And now I kill time until I go home. The interstate's usually much better on the way home. So, I mean, unless there's construction, and then it takes me 3 times as long. Who knows? We'll find out.